Hi guys, welcome back to M Factor. Till now we have been discussing about the external and internal features of the cerebral hemisphere. Today we will be having a look at its functional areas of the cerebral cortex. Functional or cortical area of cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex have been divided into a number of areas by several neurobiologists. The whole of the cerebral cortex was divided into 52 different areas by Brodmann. These areas are known as the Brodmann's area. They are based on their cytoarchitecture, but they also relate to various functions. Generally, the cortex comprises of three functionally divided parts: sensory, motor, and association areas. First of all, we're gonna have a look at the motor areas. The motor areas are located in both the hemispheres of the cortex. The motor areas are very closely related to the control of voluntary movements. The motor cortex can be divided into three areas: primary motor cortex, premotor cortex, and supplementary motor cortex. In addition, motor function has also been described for the Broca's area, frontal eye field, and prefrontal cortex. Primary motor cortex. The primary motor cortex is located on the precentral gyrus and the paracentral lobule and corresponds to the Brodmann's area number 4. At the primary motor cortex, the motor representation is orderly arranged from the toe to the mouth. The pharyngeal region and the tongue are represented by the ventral lower part of the precentral gyrus, followed by face, hand, arm, trunk, and thigh. The leg and foot of the perineum are on the medial surface on the paracentral lobule. The purpose of this area is that this area is where we have got the voluntary control over our skeletal muscles on the opposite half of the body. Therefore, the lesion of the primary area may result in contralateral paralysis or Jacksonian epilepsy. Even though the primary motor cortex carry out a motor action, the position, timing, and coordination of the action is being determined by the input from the premotor cortex and supplementary cortex. Premotor area. The premotor area coincides with the Brodmann's area 4 and is located on the posterior part of the superior medial and inferior frontal gyri. It lies just anterior to the primary motor cortex. The premotor area programs skilled motor activity and directs the primary motor area to execute a voluntary action. The primary motor area and the premotor area are collectively called as the primary somatomotor area. Both these areas receive fibers from the cerebellum after relying on the ventral thalamus and give origin to the corticospinal and corticonuclear fibers. Supplementary motor area. This lies in the Brodmann's area 6, that is, in the medial surface of the cerebral hemisphere, anterior to the paracentral lobule. Its stimulation provides bilateral movements and control complex movements that require sequential organization. A lesion on the supplementary motor area or the premotor area may result in difficulty in performing skilled movements that were once learned and is called as aparaxia. When this disability affects our writing skills, it's called as agraphia. Motor speech area of Broca or the Broca's area. The Broca's area is coincides with the Brodmann's area number 44, that is the pars opercularis, and the Brodmann's area 45, that is the pars triangularis. Pars opercularis and pars triangularis. Broca's area is responsible for producing language. It controls motor function involving speech production. A lesion or damage to the Broca's area may result in expressive aphasia. That is, instead of saying, "I went to the groceries with my mom," he would be saying, "Mom, I go groceries." Like, he had thoughts but can't be expressed, and this condition is known as expressive aphasia. Next is the frontal eye field. It's from the Brodmann's area number 8 and lays in the medial frontal gyrus, anterior to the precentral gyrus. Electrical stimulation of frontal eye field causes conjugate movement of the eyes, that is, deviation of both eyes to the opposite sides. This area is connected with the occipital lobe and concerned with vision, and also helps in the dilation of pupil and movement of the head. So the destruction of this area may cause conjugate movement of the eyes towards the area of lesion. Prefrontal cortex. It is large area laying in the anterior part of the frontal lobe. It includes all the leftover portion in the frontal lobe other than what you have told. That is, it includes the Brodmann's area number 9, 10, 11, 12 and many other areas. It covers the superior, inferior, middle frontal gyri and the medial frontal gyri, orbital gyri and anterior half of the cingulate gyri. The prefrontal cortex is in connection with the adjacent brain parts such as thalamus, hypothalamus, corpus striatum and cerebellum, and also with other parts of the cerebellum. The right hemisphere is connected with the left and so on. And therefore it has got important function. It controls emotions, concentration, attention, judgment, all those critical thinking, and its lesion may result in loss of these capabilities, loss of orientation, concentration and all.